Page 209, this prayer is the piece at the top of the page. Again, it's just another reading exercise. Here you're reading block chords. That's all. Try and connect it with the fingers as best you can, but with block chords you usually can't. But you do the best you can. It's 2 lines long, treble, bass, clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. We are in the key is a G major, so we'll be doing the scales and arpeggios for G major and E minor, blah, 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 okay. And common timer, 4/4 time. Half notes, 1, 2. There are other fingerings we could try for this line. I could go here. And I could go from here, 1/4 to 2/5. Here, and then I'm ready for a 3. Here if I want, or some other fingering. Pick a fingering and go with it. And the second line, the same thing. Because just as easily going from measure 2 to 3, I can go 3/5. I can do that just as easily too. Because I'm good. Hey, whichever. Pick a fingering and stick with it. And then the left hand we have that. Made 2/1. The reason is because we got this octave coming up, and we need to prepare for that. That's why it's a 2/1. So, but if it'll help you on this rather than this, use 4th. Scratch up 4. This way it helps for the 2. So, yeah. Put the hands together and we get this. So I put the hands together and then go back over and get rid of any hesitations. And if you can, see if you can get to where you can play this without looking at the keyboard, even though you're moving around some. You want to develop that feel. It was like the last lesson, actually both of the lessons on page 308. See if you can play those without looking at the keyboard too. Assuming you can play them at all, I don't know. And then the articulation here, you just connect it. You're lifting up for the phrases. Otherwise, you pretend you can connect it. You can't, but you pretend you can. And then the dynamics is soft. It's really the top note. Can you play that a little louder than the other? Can you play these very soft? If you can. If not, then try playing the right hand louder than the left. So this is soft. This is very soft. See if you can do that much. If you can't do that, I'm a little concerned because when you get to this level, you should be able to play one hand louder than the other. And then the speed is adagio, that's slow, but you have to be careful on piano. This sounds better with a choral group or an organ or maybe a wind ensemble, someone who can sustain and control the sound after it starts. With a piano, all you can do is play the note and then the piano just lets it die away. Ugh. Well, one thing we do is we add the pedal. This helps. It adds the overtones because when it's slow, you got time to hear them. You want to color the sound a little bit. And it lets us connect these notes. But we got to change the pedal with every chord, the harmony, or it gets nasty. So it's overlapping just like we've been doing. Notes first, then the pedal. Change it after you play the... up. That's fine, sounds good to me. And in case you're wondering, why is the last measure in the right hand got 2 whole notes? I mean, one would do it. What's get a little overloaded with the whole notes, right? And the reason is because there are 2 voices here going on throughout the whole thing. We have 2 voices, sopranos and altos, or whoever you want to do it. And so you represent both voices. They've chosen to do it this way. Both voices get a whole note, so that this is how it's done. Other publishers would only put in 1 whole note, and it's understood both voices are singing the same note. because you could interpret that if they only put in one whole note as only one of the voices are going to sing that note and the other voice is silent. So the sopranos would sing it, this melody, and the altos would be quiet. So there's different ways of interpreting it, because in the left hand you got two notes and then one. So how are those voices going? Well, I don't know. You can figure that out on your own. I'm not going to go there right now. But the point is, those two whole notes are representing two voices. That's what it's for. Yeah. I think I would have just put in one whole note and be done with it and let the reader figure it out. Let's play this together slowly. Slow anyway. I'm going to put the metronome on half notes because it's all half notes except the last measure. So I'll give us 2 half note counts to come in. Ready, go. And we're doing it basically in cut time is what I'm doing it in. Ready, go. Rest.